What is up, everybody? Dude Comedy Podcast episode, I'm going to guess 217 or 216. I don't fucking know.
It doesn't really matter. You're listening, right?
Yeah. Burns is here. We're going to get into that.
But
first, we have an ad by Stitch Fix. Hey, Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix is an online personal styling service that finds and delivers clothes, shoes, and accessories to fit your body, budget, and lifestyle. My wife has Stitch Fix. She loves it. She loves it. She basically, they send her stuff. She chooses what she wants, sends back the stuff she doesn't. And, yeah, so a little insight. Just go to stitchfix.com/dudecomedy and tell them your sizes, what styles you like, and how much you want to spend on each item. You'll be paired with your very own personal stylist who will handpick 5 items to send right to your front door. I don't like going to like Kohl's and stuff because I gotta like try on stuff. You know, I don't even know what I'm looking for. You know, and I'm an antisocial person. I don't want to talk to people. So why not just have them send it to your front door, huh? Then you try them on, pay for only what you love, and return the rest. Shipping, exchanges, and returns are always free. See, it's not a hassle. You want to return something, it's not like, oh well, it's $20 to return. Like, what the heck? It's free. No subscriptions are required. You can sign up to receive scheduled shipments or get your fix whenever you want. Stitch Fix styling fee is only $20, which is applied towards anything you keep from your shipment. Get started now at stitchfix.com/dudecomedy and you'll get an extra 25% off. That's 1/4 off. Not 1/4 like at 25 cents, but 1/4 of your whole shipment off when you keep all 5 items in your box. That's stitchfix.com/dudecomedy to get started today. stitchfix.com/dudecomedy. And I'm going to guess the listeners, your guys' style sucks. You're some antisocial nerds who just play video games and you're not up to date with the current style. Stitch Fix is up to date. Get your fix at stitchfix.com/dudecomedy.
Boom.
hey, great job.
That was
dude.
a great ad, Kyle. I really gotta say that was absolutely fantastic. I remember when we first got that, it was like Stitch Fix.
I know. Now I
Got
feel
it
like
down
I'm
now.
fluent in it. And I'm on one today because I got great rest. Just got into my new Beersy headquarters.
We celebrated your wife's birthday party.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did that. That was cool.
Awkward tension.
With who?
Oh man, we can't get into it, dude. They're listeners on the show.
Yeah. No, it was different. I mean, it was fun. I think I was the only one drinking. There was just kind of low-key vibes, some tension here, some people not talking to each other.
Yeah, it was very weird, Burns.
Yeah. Some people, yeah.
My wife got in the car and she was like, "Are your friends not friends anymore?" I'm like, "Oh no."
Yeah, I like not with me though, right?
No, not with you.
With a B and a J, a BJ.
Yeah.
A BJ.
Well, you kind of get lumped in the middle of it just because you're obviously like the mesh between everyone at the house. So
Yeah.
You get thrown into an awkward situation where when people aren't talking to each other, you have to go around other people to have conversations. It was weird.
Yeah, I definitely felt a funky vibe there, but I wasn't really sure. I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna eat food. I'm gonna have a couple drinks. I didn't get like. I just got a pretty good buzz going, but I definitely like once I reflected when the night was over. I'm like, man. Even Rachel was like, something was off.
Yeah, so I said, dude, that's funny.
But it makes yeah, whatever,
Well,
man.
You know what wasn't off? Me and Ken Baker, we almost polished off a 12-pack of White Claws before noon yesterday.
Dude, White Claws are the fix, dog. They are like, they're pretty damn good. And you throw a little vodka in there, that's when you take things to the next level.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, I didn't know you could spike your White Claws.
Oh.
Why wouldn't you be able to?
Little party punch.
I actually always kind of made fun of those when I first saw them. I was like, sparkling water with malt liquor in them. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
But they don't really taste like, it's just like, it's like a LaCroix though.
Yeah. So I tried one the other day at my brother's party, and I was like, well, these are actually pretty bomb.
And, well, what's weird is it's super refreshing. As weird as I know it's water, but like you'll be drinking it, and then it still has like the perfect amount of carbonation. Even when you're towards the bottom, you're like, man, I could do another one of these. I'm still thirsty. Like this is good.
Dude, if
I
we
like it.
knew what we were doing, we could tailor like a White Claw towards dudes because it's so tailored towards women that
Yeah,
that's why it kind of gets the bad vibe. But like I don't think there's one out there that's tailored towards women or towards dudes.
Dude, yeah, you call it like dude water.
Yeah, kind of like the man can wine.
Exactly.
But it's but I mean, you could easily.
That's your next idea, Kyle.
That is your next idea, because it's such a good market that I know so many people who will drink White Claws who are just to the point of like, I don't care what people think about me, just because it's a really good social. Like, imagine if Ken stops by at 9:30 in the morning. Imagine if it's like, all right, let's get the vodka and the Tito, or let's get the Tito's and the soda out. Like, you're an alcoholic if you're drinking Tito's and soda at 9:30.
Yeah.
But us having a couple White Claws with some biscuits and gravy, that's just normal. That's just the normal buds hanging out.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
that's not exactly the same, but it's a similar story to how like Tito's came onto the market. Is the guy that owns it or was making it was he was doing like flavored vodkas, and when he was like pitching it to stores and bars, they're like, there's not much of a market left for flavored vodkas. And they were like, "Oh, just make a vodka that's smooth enough to just drink straight up or to mix with something, and you're good." He's like, "All right, fine," and that's what he did.
I'm seriously, I'm onto this whole man version of the White Claw.
Well, what's crazy about doing the man version of the White Claw is, well, obviously White Claw is so big, but think about like there's Trulies and the Smirnoffs, and there's that nasty like Walmart sells. It's not a Walmart brand, or it's not Walmart brand, but Walmart has a brand that sells their own spiked water. And Andy has had them like a 6-pack. It's the most terrible booty drinking thing ever. So the thing is like all of these are in a market share that aren't still advertising to dudes. We could totally do it, man.
And they're all low carb.
You might even be able to do it with just a cooler label.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it needs. It's literally the same exact drink, but just a label, because they're all tailored towards like women. Like if you show up to a manly party drinking a White Claw, like people are gonna talk shit.
I'm already thinking, instead of doing all this research on making your own man can, you just talk to your China lady and say, "Hey, I want a sleeve for White Claws," and you're done. Because that would fit on Truly's too.
Yeah, well, that's the thing though. It needs to be like, I would need a whole new mold and everything. But you're right.
But that's gonna cost you. That's gonna cost you a lot less than launching a product.
You could do not even a hider, just like it, like, hey, convert your White Claw to something way more manly. Then you like, dude, that's the market pitch right there. Like,
and you put like a skull and crossbones on it.
Like just the most over the top.
Yeah.
Like the
dude, that's exactly what you do.
Because that's like the route I want to. But once I get that mold made, as long as like Truly's, White Claws are all, I'm gonna go buy some today to see.
They're the same size.
If it's the 100%. Same size, we're good. Because then you can with that mold you can make. We talk about this too much, but with the mold you can make.
No one's stealing.
You can make the no, they won't. You can make the You can make the ones to make it look like a Red Bull, but you can also just like. That would be the marketing pitch right there. Is like, are you tired of getting bad looks for drinking White Claws? Like, then you just fucking like the design would just be the most over the top, like
Ed Hardy. Like Ed Hardy took a piss on a biker dude. So you got like skulls and crossbones, flames coming out, like Ed Hardy type graffiti, and it's just like just says like the man.
Yeah.
And you just call it the man. It's like skulls and crossbones.
That's the pitch right there. I'm gonna start working on that damn design. But
then you just come out hot with a video. It's just like, you're the man.
So then you have like, you can even like, you make it look like a real drink. So you can even lie about like, like put like 400 proof,
exactly.
Just completely bullshit. That's, dude, I'm gonna start because.
And then you could put the tagline like the strongest drink on the market. So they're like, see, I'm tough.
Yeah.
Well,
or like manliest drink on the market, or like
you know what you should do, Kyle, for like since Colby just said like strongest drink on the market. If you're looking for like a label, take some like inspiration from people who like the hot sauce labels.
Oh yeah, exactly. But it's just, you just put like the most like, so I think I could print multiple colors now. The mold or the like the screen fee is a little more expensive, but like the bleach one I have coming out with, it's 3 colors in. But I think once you get into like this higher screen thing, you do as many colors as you want, maybe. But you probably want to keep it to like 4 or 5.
Well, you could just do black with white would be sick. Just
but I think you could just make like, it would be so fun. And then like, as long as I could probably keep it down to like 3 to 5 colors and probably get a pretty badass looking drink. But like,
and you could have a couple different versions of it too.
Yeah,
like that wouldn't be that much. It'd be a fun video too. Like so, and this would be super easy to edit. So you know how you do like the white. Like a screen wipe where it would turn something else. So you would start your camera would come in on like, we get like 4 of us like sitting there like hanging out with White Claws, and then you'd be like walking by. So it would be like this kind of brown gradient thing, and you'd be like, pussies, and then you throw something at us, and then the screen would wipe as we put it down, and it'd be like you on your like razor doing donuts around us, and then just doing like manly stuff, like throwing that tomahawk, like yeah.
Dude, I think dude, that would be such a funny play, like because White Claws are awesome. It's just making sure there's enough drinks, like even outside of like White Claws. I think it's like the same size as like Michelob Ultra. But I think if I think you can hit that White Claw community.
Well, what's crazy about White Claw, so I got buddies that work at Costco, and they sell Truly, which is terrible. It's just so bad. And my buddy works for White Claw. Well, his company reps White Claw, and we always say, hey, how do you guys not connect and put White Claw in Costco? And he's like, we can't. We're literally they can't make it quick enough as it is now to stock it in normal stores. Like, they can't put it in Costco.
Oh, shit.
They just literally can't make it quick enough. He says like right now they're having trouble keeping up with the demand, just like they dropped that mango flavor. Now you can't find mango everywhere because they just sold out. They can't make enough.
Yeah.
So that market's not going anywhere. Like Burn said, the first time he tried it, now like he's going to be sitting there one day like, I might just go pick up a 6-pack of that if I want to just chill and hang out. It's not weird.
It doesn't make you tired like a beer does. Like having a couple beers just fucking makes me. I either have to just keep going. I can't just have like one or two. But like a Truly is just seltzer water and whatever the fuck else is in there. Well, what type of alcohol is in there?
It's like malt liquor.
Oh, okay. But it's not. It doesn't make you tired, I guess, does it?
Does it give you any like gut rot or anything like that?
No.
I haven't got it.
Well, seltzer water is just mainly water, so I mean it's.
That's a carbonated water.
Yeah, but no, but I've had it mixed with vodka, like camping, and that's a money combination right there.
Is it?
Actually, what I started, just now that we're on alcohol, I started this kind of new drink. I basically was taking like LaCroix. Is LaCroix seltzer water?
Yeah.
So LaCroix vodka so Crystal Light, a fucking just a tiny splash, dude, and it tastes like Crystal Light. Sugar-free, no carbs, and you just a little splash of flavor, and it masks everything. I had like half the cup full of vodka, and then a quarter of it, or the other half, like seltzer water or whatever, and then a tiny little splash, and you couldn't fucking taste anything, dude. It was crazy.
I think the hardest part about drinking when you start drinking Tito's and sodas is you'll get a bartender one time who's just having one of those days, and you'll be like, I'll take another Tito's and soda, and you'll get it back, and it has a really thin lime in there. Can't see that many bubbles. You're like, oh no.
Yeah.
You take that sip, and you're just like, I mean, you're like, thanks for hooking me up, dude, but I'm about to throw up.
Yeah, when we did your birthday at UW, I had, because I was on this diet, and I got a Tito's. No, actually, it was a Tito's and fucking water.
But no, but when you have soda, if you have a Tito's and soda and it's too much Tito's, you lose all that carbonation.
100%. Yeah.
And it's tough to get down. Like it's weird. Like I would almost rather have like just Tito's on ice at that point.
It's gotta have that perfect, like where you still taste the vodka, but not where it's like.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like you must start muddling your lime in there, and it's not enough lime. You're just like, am I gonna throw up? You're gonna mix a drink right now.
Whoever told me to get the Tito's and water, like that was fucking.
I'm all about the gin and sodas too. Those are good.
I can't do
gin. Is really bad for you though. That's why I like gin.
Bad for you?
Well, just carb wise, or not gin, not. Well, lots of people do.
Gin is like the same thing.
Gin and tonic. So the tonic.
Oh yeah, tonic is bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
gin and soda though.
So what is tonic?
It's like sugary water, really.
Okay. I always wondered. And then club soda isn't soda water either, though.
It's like
club soda is what?
It's got a lot of sodium in it and all that.
So it's just a salty water.
Kinda, I guess. I don't know.
But then like ginger ale is just basically like a soda.
That is more soda.
It sounds good, but it fucks you up.
Yeah, trust me on this. Gin and soda. Give it a try next time.
I'll give it.
I can't get over the pine smell of gin. I'm weird.
Really?
Yeah, but
put a little lime in there.
I like the pine smell.
Yeah, it'll give you a little kind of.
I'm not knocking. I'll never knock anybody who drinks it. It's just I mean, there's only 3 things now on my list of no-nos. Never again. Admiral Nelson, never again. Jaeger bombs and Fireball just recently.
I don't know what it is. I just can't do whiskey. I know some people just love like just whiskey on the rocks or like a old fashioned. I'm like, can't do it. It's the burn is just overpowering to me.
Apple Crown on the rocks I did the other day, which was doable. But other than that, fuck no. But I just remembered something.
Or you were gonna get mad at Burns. So.
Yeah, I just totally forgot about that.
And Burns hasn't told us about his dream yet either.
Well, here, Burns, let's just be honest. You fucking blacked out because the new Fortnite update. Just be honest. Just be honest. We fucking know that. We know that. Okay. As long as you're honest, then we're cool. So now I'm not gonna say anything. I understand. If you would have just wrote in there like, guys, fuck that. I'm on this update right here, right now. Like, we would have been cool. But to completely just black us out.
I apologize.
Okay. And then to say, fucking, he goes, Skype is fucking up, man.
That part is true though. I wasn't able to get on Skype for a couple days.
But we're on episode 216.
Plus, I could have texted you. I know.
So as long as you admit that we knew it was the Fortnite update, because it was a pretty cool update. So.
Anyways, my dream. It's nothing like spectacular. It's just I don't remember what we were talking about or anything like that. But I remember all three of us had a really good topic, and we spent an hour on each person. We did a 3-hour show.
What?
We were just going. We're like, let's just keep it going. Colby was just dumping topics, and we were just going. And then you went to go upload it, and like, oh, dude, we got the show 3 hours.
Oh, fuck.
Updates. Puts it up on YouTube, and it only recorded 5 minutes of it.
That doesn't even sound like that's a nightmare.
I have flashbacks to me fucking up the
Dude, that was one of our best shows.
So like,
ever.
I'm not recording this. I'm recording this on OBS. OBS is back, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently,
OBS is back in the business.
If you let one of the other screens record your whole background, it really fucks it up, which makes sense. But
I can't imagine going 3 hours. So everyone who got through my 1 hour and 11-minute last one, I told Kyle this, like at 30 minutes, the show got better as it went because I got like more comfortable. But at 30 minutes, I thought like I only recorded for 30 minutes, and then I'm like, man, this is taking forever to save. I had no bearings. Like, you don't see how much time you recorded when I was doing it in Zoom.
Oh yeah, you just kind of go.
Yeah, so then I start uploading it. I'm like, I wonder how long it was, and it was like 100 or what 100 minutes, 100. 1 hour and 12 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck did I even talk about for that long?
There's a stream of consciousness.
Well, it's just like you get into like we're actually this show's off to a really good start. You like get into a flow and you kind of get like adrenaline. But like the other day when it's just me and Colby, like we hit like 30 minutes. I'm like, God damn it! Like it kind of sucks when you got the clock there because you're like, fuck, I got to keep going. Or like. Or like if you get like a call from like the IRS or some shit while you're doing the show, you're like, God damn it! Like, what are they calling about? You know, even though they don't call people, but you know.
Yeah.
Alex Jones and Rogan, they talked.
For my God!
4 hours and 30 minutes.
Have you gotten through any of that?
I just watched some of the Twitch highlights or Twitter. I saw some highlights on Twitter. I can't.
Kyle, did you see his like viral video, that little miniature clip that he had?
Didn't he say like he was retarded or something?
Yeah, he was like, hold on 1 second. I'm kind of retarded.
But so we were talking about, well, actually at Rachel's party, we were talking about that.
Yeah. We were talking about how Alex Jones, he's kind of created in a way in his character to make more realistic conspiracies and stuff look worse. Because if he comes in and agrees with it, it's like, oh, it was lost all bearings. Like Alex Jones thinks it's true. You know what I mean? So our buddy Bryant was like breaking down all these things where it's like, all right, imagine you had like 5 really good facts on the Vegas shooting on how you thought it might be an inside job. But then some nut job like Alex Jones comes over the top and he's just like, oh yeah, the aliens came in and they took over Big Steve's body.
You kind of sounded like him, dude.
And then Big Steve came in with his guns, right? And the guns were purchased by Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia, no, you know that they did a deal with the Nazis. You're like, oh, now I don't believe it. So
didn't he say something like, they're preparing us to be able to communicate with interdimensional aliens?
Yeah, exactly.
They don't know from our dimension.
But the thing is, like, the dude knows he's insane, or like it's a damn character, you know.
Well, what happened was that he actually had like a custody trial for his.
Yeah, he had to admit it.
No, his lawyer was like, because they obviously used evidence of his show, like he's kind of like an unstable person who shouldn't be around his children.
Yeah. And
his lawyer's argument was like, oh, you know, he's just playing a character. He didn't say this in the exact words, but pretty much, he's just playing a character. It's an act. And then Alex Jones got on the stand and was like, no, it's real. It's real.
He had to double down, I think, because the Sandy Hook stuff started coming out.
Yeah, he's actually getting sued for that.
Yeah, so I think that's when he just doubled down because
Oh,
it
he's
was
saying
like,
now. He's saying now. He's like, oh, I'm not a Sandy Hook truther or whatever he calls it.
But now think about it. So it's a really good point because let's say you believed it was an inside job that whole time, and then some dude from the top ropes, freaking Eddie Guerrero elbow drop, being like, oh no. You're like, no, I don't believe it. I can't be associated with this guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's all about entertainment, man.
Yeah, he's got to sell his male enhancement pills or whatever the hell.
Is that what he's doing?
He sells all sorts of
He
supplements.
sells all sorts of supplements.
Jeez.
That's where he makes his money. I don't know if he's got any reputable advertisers on his show. I can't imagine any recognizable brand would want to be associated with that. But
Hell no.
No, he's got a bunch of like pot like CBD stuff.
yeah.
Oh man, I drank this C4 and it's got me a little tingly.
I got started process 1 on really fixing this wall back here. You guys see it doesn't look as bad right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still looks like shit to me.
Well, it's not painted or anything yet.
Oh shit, sorry.
But it's got actual real stuff over it this time, not the stuff that I just got from Home Depot. My neighbor came over and did it for me.
You need to hit it with some fucking sand that down. Little spackle.
We have to do one more fill of this to fill in this left hole, and then sand, and then I'll paint again.
Yeah.
Well, what was funny though, so the dude's like a retired contractor. He built all like the libraries and where we live and up all the way up to Seattle and stuff. So he's just kind of coming. He came in like I forgot what he was looking at, something that was like chipping on my wall, and I'm like, is this like on the outside? Do I have an internal problem? Like, what's going on with this? He's like, oh, it was just really poor drywall work by the people who built it. Like at the start, you're just gonna have to replace this part of drywall. I'm like, okay, whatever. Then he starts walking around. He's like, oh, what's going on here? And like starts poking at it, and then he's like, oh, here, let me go to my. And so he goes to his house really quick, a couple houses over, and comes back with like some tools and stuff.
Oh no.
He's fixing stuff as he goes. Only problem with that is now I have to do a bunch of stuff. Like I was fine leaving that there for a while, but now I have to do the next part and then paint again. He did it on my stairs too. My stairs are like the worst part of the house, and he found a bunch of holes on that. And he's like, "Oh, look at this!" So he's fixing it. Now it looks twice as bad, so I have to go be proactive and fix it.
Did you say that you fixed some of your hardwood?
Yeah, I fixed. Well, yes, but I think eventually within the next year, I'm gonna replace it with some better stuff. It just morphed too much. But yeah, I got a tool, so it burns my hardwood. The dudes that put it in, they like didn't acclimate it to the room for like 3 days. They just laid it down.
I think it's got to be like 2 weeks or something, right? You got to leave it in your house and let it expand.
Yeah, and I think at least 3 days is like. You got to at least have it in like the room you want it to be in, whatever. Yeah. But they didn't do that.
Because it shrinks and expands.
And it started getting really bad, like right in a walkway of my house. So I got this tool though for like $6 or $7, where I like you put it on one side and the other, then you have to like pull it like this, and it pulls it together. But the problem with that is it's almost like a puzzle, but it's a bad puzzle. So every time I pull one, I'm now making 3 more pieces loose. So then I have to go to the next ones and pull, and now I'm creating another like issue. So if I don't do the whole thing at once, which is terrible for my ADD brain, I'm gonna have like these big gaps everywhere. So I had to get all the way to the wall, and there was like that much missing.
Yeah, you need to go beat that dude's ass who did that.
I think he got put in jail for tax fraud. Yeah, yeah. The guy that did so the first project in my house was. All new floors, 2 new bathrooms, paint downstairs, something else. And then I can say all this now because it's funny. So I write a check to the dude, and he's like, just write it out to this. And it was like 4 letters. I'm like, that's interesting, whatever, So I write the check, I pay him. Then the next day, I get like 3 phone calls, and the third one I finally pick up, and it's my wife's dad, and he's like, what happened? He just called me and said the check bounced. I'm like, what do you mean the check bounced? Like, I have money in there. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, what's going on? And then I was like, so I screenshot my bank account. I'm like, do I have money in here? And then I go back, and the second call was the bank. And then the first call was the dude. So I listened to the voicemail, and they're like, hey, this is whatever from the Bank of America. We got this check here. We want you to verify it. And then so whatever. Then I get an email that's the check. He had crossed out what I put on the check in like pencil. and then wrote on the top his daughter's name and was trying to cash
What?
it. So obviously Bank of America or wherever he was banking it, like flagged it and then sent it to my bank.
Oh my god.
And then so then I'm getting yelled at like in 15 years of business I've never had a check bounce, yada yada yada. And I was just straight up after at first I was like embarrassed. I'm like, what happened? But then when I got that back, I just straight up was like, dude, why are you putting me on blast here? You crossed off the name I put on the check in pencil. I have a statement right here from
the
my
dude
bank.
was mad at you or her dad?
Dude, both. The dude was like, thought it bounced because of my bank account, but it was anyway, it was because that. And now the whole tax fraud thing makes a lot more sense and why he's in jail because
because you didn't want to attach to his name. Well, I wish you would have known that because you could have just went off on the dude like well, I guess he was working on your house. You don't want him.
Well, he was done and everything. He was done. And it was just the weirdest situation.
Like, why didn't you just tell me to put it in your daughter's name, you dumb fuck?
Well, and the other thing that was weird too is it was like friendly right towards the end of the project. I'm like, hey, how much longer do you think it's going to be? Because it's already been a week longer. And I obviously don't like, we're living at my wife's parents, so it was fine. And he was just like, it'll be done when it gets done. I'm like, that's a bad answer. I don't like that.
Yeah, but obviously he's a fucking sketchball. And it kind of sucks because like your shit is fucked up. Like,
oh yeah,
it definitely like looks like an amateur did it. Yeah. Yeah. It like, there's just gaps and stuff everywhere because he didn't let it sit in the house. It's got to be more than 3 days.
And it's gotten way worse over time too. Like it was livable. I mean, obviously anything was better than the carpet that was here before, and this was like a quick, easy like Band-Aid fix, you know?
Yeah.
But it's gotten so bad over time that now like almost every room is spreading. So it's like,
but that's what I'm saying. You go to sell the house and somebody's gonna go through and be like, dude, what is up with this hardwood? You're either gonna have to replace the whole thing or
or take money off of it. Yeah. It's funny though that he's in jail, by the way.
But so like my house, like I was taking pictures, like so our house, full disclosure, we bought for like $900,000, and so that's like a high end house. We've never built a house before, but in our house is cool, but like so in our kitchen, almost every single fucking knob has fallen off, like the knobs on like the cupboards and stuff.
No,
but like somebody who made did the kitchen and all the cupboards and everything, just like they got bolts that just only tucked in one thread on the opposite side. So it would just catch one thread. But if you twist them to put them back on, it just, bust. It doesn't get enough thread. So I've had to like drill in like on every single cupboard. Like right now, like I meant to fix them before we had people over, but there's 2 that are gone that I have to fix. The whole fucking thing. Like, when you build a house, you have
that's actually sucky.
You have like a year or something to like do warranty type stuff, and so you put a huge list. So basically, throughout that year, you put blue tape on all the stuff that needs to be fixed, or you write it down. So like a soffit in the front of the house, they didn't paint one of the soffits. A piece of trim on the back of the house, they didn't paint. Nail holes are normal. So like right now, when it gets cold, like your house like shrinks, and so it's like some nails like kind of unbed a little bit, so like you can see them through the drywall, and then once it gets warm it goes back in. So it's just normal house once your house is like settling and stuff like that. So like we wrote down all this stuff. A dude came over to fix all the stuff. I just kind of gave him the list, like, hey, the soffit, it's not painted, some trim on the back isn't painted, this, that, and that. And he was here for like a bunch of the nail holes they fixed. It looks like dog shit. So basically you can see like a shimmer of where he just fixed all the holes. So it looks like shit. And so he was over here for a while and did all the stuff. I'm like, cool, thank you, And then our the time frame, we signed off on the warranty. I just fucking assumed that he did everything on the list, right? And so I didn't check the paint in the front because I'm like, dude, you had fucking 3 tasks you had to do. I didn't check the trim on the back. Somehow with the whole list, all he did was nail holes. He didn't paint the soffit. He didn't paint the back trim, and I signed off on the warranty because it was like at the deadline. And I go back in there, I look, I'm like, what in the fuck? Like he didn't. I personally went and showed him the damn trim. It's not like I just had it on a list like, hey, some trim on the house. Like I literally showed him the soffit, showed him the fucking trim, and so I feel like it's safe to assume that I wouldn't have to check that on a small list of 5 things, And so basically I signed off on the warranty, and then I'm like, oh, like one day I was like barbecuing, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is our trim not painted? And then I went and looked at the front soffit, and it wasn't painted. I'm like, what in the fuck? Like, how do you mess that up? Like, I literally walked the dude and be like, see right there? And he's like, oh yeah.
Oh, he assumed you weren't gonna look, and you didn't.
Yeah,
exactly.
But it's like, I mean, I feel like it should be a whole different ball game on a $900,000 house, you know?
Right.
Like it
Sounds like you're getting the work I'm getting on my $300,000 house.
Yeah, so basically our buddy does a bunch of remodels and stuff, and he, you know, and a lot of our stuff is kind of like, you know, some trim in spots is kind of got a little mess up just from the house like settling, and I'm like, why does it seem like all the materials in my house suck? He's like, dude, they pretty much use like, you know, it's basically, what do you call it? Like, you know, when they build a neighborhood and they're called like a certain
Cookie
house.
cutter?
Yeah, kind of like a cookie cutter house, but that's not the word that he used.
It's not template either. I know what you're talking about.
But it's just like when they just use like materials that they would use materials that they use for just like cookie cutter based houses on this high end house. So like we basically got like swindled pretty much, because like we decided not to do any like super high end material. Like we just took the basic material, but you would think the basic material on a, you know, pretty large house would be okay. But like our kitchen is basically needs to be completely like you should see the paint on our like there should be paint on your cupboards and stuff. Like every single cupboard has chips and stuff all over it just from people opening it. Like that's not fucking normal. Like they use like goddamn paint that I would go to the store and buy. Like it's not like the proper paint for like cupboards and stuff, you know? So I was like taking,
so it's all chipping and stuff.
Yeah, like for the garbage that's used a lot, like around the whole handle is like gone. But that it shouldn't do that. Like you shouldn't have to repaint your cupboards every 2 years.
No, hell no. Well, because when you paint it, so the same guy, we were gonna just paint our cabinets, and he was like, "I won't let anyone do that." He's like, "It's because it's an ongoing revolving door of having to repaint." And and it doesn't look. He's like, it never looks as good as just getting new ones. But most new ones come like where they won't get damaged. Like I could go open mine 100 times right now that he put in, and it wouldn't do any damage.
Yeah, like ours is.
That's crazy that they did that to you.
So I've been like taking pictures of everything, and I've honestly been thinking about not actually suing them, but like kind of like a threat. Like this is like unacceptable. Like we've literally had to hand fix our whole kitchen cupboards, like with all the knobs and everything, because somebody literally couldn't take the time to drill the hole a little bit deeper, and that's like amateur type shit. Like if you make cupboards and you're like that's your thing, like you should know like, oh, we should probably not just have it suck into one thread, you know. But
yeah, you can tell they just rush jobbed it for sure.
Yeah, let's see who's at my front door. What if it's my shipment?
Well, then put us on mobile and take us out there.
Oh no.
What else you been doing, Burns?
Rachel's getting in the car.
Not much, man. Just
how's the wedding planning?
It's going. We got a venue, we have a caterer, and we have a photographer. We haven't like finalized the photographer, but we know who we want now.
I'll do some drone shots. Are we going to your wedding?
You should send me your address. I'll send you invites. It's not not this summer, but the next summer.
Oh shit! Yeah, just keep me. Maybe we won't be friends, and just keep me in the loop.
You never know.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be like a slammered wedding?
What do you mean a slammered wedding?
Like, is it gonna be dry?
Hell no, dude. We liquor there.
So,
bachelor party. When's the bachelor party?
Probably like a couple months before. Probably. Well, I want to do it up because not like at my parents' house, but there's a resort on that lake, so we could just get some rooms and then we could just borrow their boat.
So is it gonna be something where it's like we come in a couple days early and hit the bachelor party and then hit the wedding, or is it gonna be like a weekend before?
I mean, it's a lot to think about so far. I'm not sure yet, but I think it'd be fun to be like out on the lake, get some liquor, and just it's a huge lake too.
So it's not gonna be a dry wedding?
No, dude. There's gonna be kegs. And
by that time, we're gonna get you some beersies to put on people's beers. Design.
Nice. It's gonna be keg though, so you have to be finding out what kind of cups they're using.
Oh damn it!
And fuck them.
Shoot.
I got a shit. What time is it? 35? We looking good. Man, the C4 makes my ass C4.
Yeah, what was the other thing I was gonna ask you, Burns? So you're planning that, you got the wedding going, they got all that, dude. You're booking out a whole year in advance. That's smart but crazy.
Yeah, we're just gonna get it out.
At least you don't have to worry about it.
And which is nice is like the combination between like her parents and what they're contributing and my parents, like it's gonna cost us like nothing out of pocket pretty much.
Nice.
Maybe a couple grand each or something.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. It's just crazy how much weddings are nowadays. Like, no matter what aspect you try and cut like cost on.
It's so crazy, like how much like the photographer we're looking at right now is like 3,500 for like 9 hours. You get like an engagement picture session, and they give you like 1,000 images. So not that bad. But her sister was like, "You should check out this guy. We wanted him for our wedding, but he was like $4,300, and so it was a little out of our price range. So we went and looked him up. This was like 10 years ago when it was like 4,300. He cost 10 grand minimum.
My uncle gets 15 grand a wedding now, and like they'll fly him out. Like, so he did a wedding in Belize, and they flew him out to Belize. They paid for his flight, his hotel, and
I'm sure like if you're able to get that much of a booking fee for photography, you get to go to some badass fucking weddings.
Oh yeah,
is that who did yours, Colby?
Yeah. But he obviously didn't charge us that much.
Yeah, no, and that was awesome. Like they had the drone out. They put it together like a really edited video and stuff. Yeah, so he it's crazy. So he started it like, this is just how crazy weddings have become. He started as just like a hobby, and then it just kind of picked up through word of mouth. He never did any paid marketing or anything. And then he got featured on a website of like Seattle best photographers, and he was like in the top 10. And he was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." He didn't know that would literally morph his business into like what it is now. Damn. I mean, imagine being able to just like, "Oh, I'm gonna work this weekend. I'm gonna make 15 grand and take a couple weeks off." Like,
is he book all year round? Is he like always working or?
He was for a while, but my cousin's getting a little older. She's like 5 or 6 now, and I think he likes to kind of be a stay-at-home dad type thing.
So does he just like block out certain dates that he's available for and then just book some?
Yeah, exactly.
How much like editing time does he take? When he?
I think he does a lot.
No.
Yeah. So
he probably does like 20 hours worth of work.
Well, they were filming multiple cameras the whole time.
Yeah, and I had a mic on. And I was like, I would turn the mic off and I was like saying stuff. Okay, so right now for weddings in the greater Seattle Tacoma area, he's getting 4,500. That's 8 hours of coverage for one photographer, high res, proofing gallery, online sideshow. That's just for that one. This one to add more is 5,500. I don't want to really get to the details. Destinations outside of Pacific Northwest, 10 hours, 2 photographers, engagement session, 7,500. 11 grand for weddings all over the world, 2 photographers, rehearsal coverage, engagement session, day after session, high res photos, wedding album, proofing gallery, online, and you have to pay for his travel both ways.
Damn,
that's crazy.
Ours, the one we're looking at, I think is like 3,500. You get like all day, like 8 hours, like 9 hours, an engagement session, and she brings a second shooter as well for no extra cost.
What's tight though is like, this is what's cool about this business, or his business, or any kind of like his word of mouth and like work is so easy to like go look. You look it up online, it's like, oh shit, that looks good. Like it's like so much easier than having to like really sell yourself. It's like, here's a picture, I took it, it looks good. Like, you want me or not? Like, it's crazy. Damn. Kind of a tight business.
I'm gonna start taking pictures then. No, I could. It's probably such like tedious editing and like film work.
Yeah, you gotta go and like color correct everything too, and touch up work.
Fuck that noise. I'm kind of sitting here just high on my C4. Man, you gotta respect the stickers on this, Colby. Look.
Oh yeah, dude,
Respawn stickers on this. On this, what is it? A mixer cup. So this mixer cup. I mean, these stickers have been on here for 4 fucking years, and they've gone through the dishwasher probably hundreds of times. And look it's still fucking. How are these stickers not all the way off?
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, stickermule.com is how.
Sponsor Duke Comedy. Not really. I wish.
Oh man, what is it? Monday?
So tell everyone you got your office, dude.
Tell them. Did I not mention my office?
I don't know.
You mentioned at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, Beersley officially. Today's the first day in the office. My sister's in there cranking out orders right now. But I need the fucking shipping to update on this goddamn stuff because I need it to be here by Wednesday, please.
Kyle's living the meme right now where it's UPS shipped. Where is it? Next thing you know, it's gonna just say delivered.
Yeah. Well, it's so when they ship it in China, UPS doesn't track that shipment in China until it hits California. So the other one shipped out, it was like 5 or 6 days later when the shipping updated. And so we're at 5 days, I believe, right now. So I just wanted to fucking tell me, because I'm like, what if this huge order gets seized or something, which I don't know why it would.
Always playing the worst, though.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm kind of like, well, what the fuck? Because that would just definitely spoil but why would it get seized? Like, I mean, they could be like, well, this looks like Coca-Cola, but that's not really, they're not the ones that decide, a counterfeit what. It's not fucking, it's a sleeve, like you can't, like, I mean, who knows? I mean, I had to like pay for a special shipping because in China, they're like, it does look similar to Coca-Cola, so it had to be like an upgraded shipping, but we'll see. That would be very detrimental to the business to have 3,000 units get nabbed.
How many? Can you say how many units you're behind right now to like ship out?
It's like so there's 3,000 that should be here hopefully this week, but there's like 2,200 or 2,300 units. But then they just shipped yesterday another 2,000 units. And then another 1,000 units of Dr. Pepper. Then I'm working on another fucking like 3,000 units and
Dr. Pepper.
It's just I got to get it like the flow going. It's like okay, like because I want to sell 100,000 units a month, but then I start thinking like, God damn, like that's a lot of pressure to like stay. Eventually I need to just do a big 20,000 unit order. But that's scary business because if you order 20,000 and then you get a cease and desist from Coca-Cola and you're like, fuck, like
you better hope that it's a 30-day cease and desist. You can go out.
Yeah, exactly. So it's because do they have immediate cease and desist? Like, can you do that?
I don't know, just act like you never got it.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do in 30 more days if you happen to discount the product at the same time they deliver to cease and desist? Like,
yeah,
I'm assuming they have to serve you papers and like get like what if they send it to the mail and be like, I don't check that mailbox every day.
Yeah, no, I am not concerned. I'm not too concerned, but to order a massive order, I would be definitely a little iffy and like nervous, but it's not big enough yet for probably to them to even notice,
If you were running commercials on network TV during prime time, they would notice.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing is that they're so probably oblivious in a way to like.
They probably don't even know. Their lawyers probably even got a damn clue. Like,
but if you go to like Amazon, and I mean I know like legality wise, like that's not enough to like cover yourself. But if you go to like Coca-Cola parody, if you search that. There's
California.
There's tons of things, T-shirts and a bunch of stuff that even uses like their trademark letters.
I imagine that they would care if it was cutting into their profits. That's probably when they would.
Yeah.
Even if you're covered by like I don't know, you can't really can you parody something that's trademarked? I don't even know if you can you?
No, you can't. So like obviously they trademark Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
But mine is Loca-Cola, but you can't trademark like font unless it's something like unique. Like their C is like how the C goes over. That is what they have trademarked, but I don't have the C, in my name. So it's just Loca-Cola. But look at this.
Like Rockstar. So like Rockstar would copy. Oh, what's that?
But even if you were like all legally okay, Kyle, they could, if they wanted to. I mean, they could just stick their lawyers on you and be like, "All right, you want to go dollar for dollar here?" And see
yeah. Well, that's where the concern is. I mean, they could just be like, "Well, it's the likeliness, Which obviously I would back off and not fuck around with it.
Yeah,
but
you're not gonna waste your money trying to, even if you're in the right. You're not gonna be able to outspend them.
I'm trying to show this T-shirt, Colby, but it's not. Adjusting to it.
Now tap your screen. Oh, there you go.
Check out that sweatshirt.
That is tight.
Ordered.
You should get that. Like so, Barstool Barstool gets away with a ton of stuff where I'm like, how? Like, so the Roger Goodell one is the one that I'm always like, or the Michael Rappaport. Like, they literally put Roger Goodell's face with a clown nose on it, and they sell it and make money off of it. But it's like his likeness. But since it's parody law, and they put a parody on it by putting the clown nose on it, it's like, okay. It's funny because it's like, I get it, but at the same time, if I was like Roger Goodell, I'd be so pissed.
Yeah, that's why it's like I'm not too concerned because some of the stuff that they
Dude, look at some of the stuff they sell. They literally will take like Michael Scott's face from The Office and put "That's what she said" and sell it. Like,
yeah,
that shouldn't be allowed, but that's what they do.
But it probably, like, if they're doing it, it's probably allowed, you know.
Yeah,
because it's not like they're selling it to
look
10
up parody
people.
law real quick.
Like, they promote their Roger Goodell stuff all the time, and that's why it makes me feel better because, you know, it's like the only thing I'm a little bit concerned about is just because it's covering a can to make it actually look like a Coke, you know.
Yeah.
But who knows? Fuck them, man. Free in a state.
It's basically under fair use laws. So it says in its most general sense, a fair use is any copying of copyrighted material done for a limited and transformative purpose, such as to comment upon, criticize, or parody a copyrighted work. Such uses can be done without permission from the copyright owner.
Such as like reviewing a video.
Yeah, so do parodies infringe on copyrights? One of those certain circumstances is what is commonly known as fair. Yeah, it's fair use again. So
does like this fall under any form of fair use?
It should be because you're parodying the Coca-Cola product.
Yeah.
Again, we're not lawyers. We don't claim to be. We never will be. My buddy's actually a lawyer.
But I want to get to a point, like, I want to partner. I don't want to try to license myself, but I want to partner up with a company that has, like, you know, I've already found somebody that has licenses for, like, Bud Light. It doesn't look like they do shit with their website, really, but they, you know, if I can make this exactly like a Bud Light, like, that'd be fucking sweet. It'll never be able to look at, Coca-Cola would never allow that.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? But if you market, I mean, the name Beersy, like, hey, we're going to put your shit over a beer, like, so now when somebody's, like, fucked up drunk and they're holding a Coca-Cola, like, that's going to make your brand look amazing, you know, so that won't happen. But,
maybe
like, other brands.
Maybe Coca-Cola will just buy it from you.
That'd be fucking sweet. No, I'm telling you, I'm selling it to Barstool one day.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a perfect product for them. Hopefully my patent, it's still just pending, so, but who knows, man? Who knows? I got a shit.
Who knows? Who really knows? Just know there's hoes in front rows at new comedy shows. Ooh, that was good right there, man.
Good job. I got a shit, boys, so I'm going to call it good.
Actually, me too. Good call.
Actually, I'll try to do it just so we can poop in solidarity with each other.
Remember, stitchfix.com/dudecomedy. Get your fix, bitches.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.